Revival is when, revival, I love to see people get saved. Don't misunderstand me. But a revival is not really for the lost people. A revival is to reach the church that has kind of got cold and slow and busy and off track, and get them fired up again, come back to their first love. And I think we all know the reference I'm using there out of Revelation, so that they will then go out and reach the people that's out there. That's what revival is. Now, yes, invite the lost people to come by all means, but invite the saved people to come too. Now, we've heard message after message after message the last 2 weeks on the same line. I mean, it seems like almost every message that we've heard in one way or another has been on this same thing. So the question is, if we want this revival to reach out, if we want this to be more than 30, 40, 50 something people that we've had at one time this week, if we want it to be more than that, we got to have a plan. A little bit of a plan. Just a little bit of a plan. And number one, as Brother Jason said again, God's plan works. Sometimes we make too big a thing out of everything. Sometimes we need to back off. I love to eat. Is that any surprise to anybody? I love to eat. I go in, fix a big old pressure cooker full of spaghetti sauce and a bigger pressure cooker full of spaghetti, and I mix that all together, and honestly, I don't usually use a plate, I use a bowl. Because plate, it kind of slides off the edges too much. But I mix all that together, throw some cheese on top of it and everything, and I do not sit down and grab that bowl and try to eat it in one bite. I take it bite at a time. So let me, tonight, encourage you to take this a little bit a bite at a time. Here's what I'm going to ask you to do, and I am asking. I'm not trying to force anything on anybody. I'm just giving you a place to reach. We reach into wadded yarn or thread or something that's messed up. We've got to find one little thread to start with. You can't untangle the whole wad at one time. You've got to get one thread and start following. Let me encourage each one of us in the morning when we get up, sit up on the side of the bed. Say, Lord, if it's your will, and I guarantee you it is, but go ahead and put that in there. Lord, if it's your will you put somebody in front of me today that I can speak to about you? And if it's your will, somebody that I can invite to the revival. And then give me the courage and the words to say when you do. And leave it right there. But mean it. Because I guarantee you, when you pray that prayer, tomorrow God's going to put somebody in front of you to speak to. And it's going to scare you to death. But remember, you also ask Him for the courage and the words to say, and He'll give you them. Let's reach out. Let's unravel this wad, thread by thread. And let's impact somebody tomorrow. And then let's come back tomorrow night for me. Lord willing, Eddie Avant will be with us tomorrow night. So far as I know right now, we're planning on going through next week at least. Is that agreeable with y'all? I mean, I really hadn't talked to the pastors in the fellowship, nobody's that said stop, but, so far as I know, at this point, we're gonna be continuing on into or through next week. If you can't invite them to this revival, if there's another revival out there, invite them to that one. I'm not jealous. I don't care where they get saved. I don't care where they get revived. In fact is, listen to the radio, get you a list and say, I'd like to invite you to this revival, this revival, or this revival. Take your pick. And let's come back tomorrow night and have a good service. Does anybody else have anything on your mind tonight? Anything at all?
Joe, I had two people that asked me today what was going on up here in this chicken house.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, a revival. They said, a revival? And I said, yes, a revival. And he said, well, can we come in if we stop her? I said, you most certainly can.
Yeah.
I said, it's open to anybody that wants to come in.
I mean, most time one or both of them doors is wide open. I know one woman that drove her car in here.